Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome to the awards contender. I am very excited today to welcome Cameron Scheetz from Queerty back to discuss BAFTA predictions. The big show is on Sunday, Cameron. We have to predict the top 8 categories. How are we doing?
I feel crazy. I think we can do it, though. I feel great. I'm so excited to chat with you again, and I'm just thrilled that this has become our, I guess, I was going to say unofficial, but this feels official now. This is our tradition
Yeah.
to talk
This
BAFTA.
is your third year in a row on the awards contender talking BAFTA. You're not British. So what's that about?
Well, no, I'm not, but I am qualified because I do have Ariana DeBose's entire opening rap song from the other year, from the monologue the other year, memorized. So that's what
Oh my
qualifies me.
God. That was incredible. Like, for good and for bad. It's memorable. Like, you remember that moment.
Yes, I will truly never forget it.
But yeah, that was fantastic. And, BAFTA is interesting, Cameron. Some years it correlates to Oscar wins very closely. Like the year of Oppenheimer,
Yeah.
basically all the top wins go on to win at the Oscars. But then 2022, the year before, like nothing correlates. Like
Right.
from the top down, you had All Quiet on the Western Front, Kate Blanchett winning actress for Tar, Austin Butler winning actor for Elvis. Like nothing like went on to win at the Oscars. So what do we think? Like as we get started here, is this going to be a year where most of the wins at BAFTA in these top categories go on to win a few weeks from now at the Oscars? Or will there be some categories that don't correlate, do you think?
Yeah, that is a fantastic question. I think this year and just the point of the race that it is, I think that we are going to know pretty early on in this show if BAFTA is as obsessed with one battle after another as like I think we think a lot of Americans are, and I think that might be kind of the bellwether that's going to will really be what underlines it as the certain front runner. I mean, and I say that because, and not to get ahead of ourselves, I think there's a lot of love for Hamnet, and I think the assumption is there's a lot of love for Hamnet within BAFTA, of course. That movie's done really well over there. And so that is maybe an even stronger contender in a number of categories at the BAFTAs than it will be at the Oscars.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Like
We will.
Hamnet
We
in
will.
Best Film.
Yeah.
Like I've been thinking about that all day. I'm like, could that happen?
Me too. Yeah, but I think I did notice that I had to kind of check myself and remember that last year all of the BAFTA acting winners lined up with the Oscar winners. But at least in terms of the categories we talked to, director, film, they didn't at all. It was only the actors that lined
Yeah.
up. So
So last year, Best Film went to Conclave, and Best Director went to Brady Corbet, The Brutalist, right? So those did not correlate to who won what won at the Oscars. So it's different every year. Sometimes it's like a wipeout. Sometimes some of them like match, some don't. So we'll see. I think it's more interesting, right, Cameron, when we do have some BAFTA winners who are just like, they just win there and then nowhere else. Like, it's always kind of
Definitely.
interesting. And that
Yeah.
could happen in at least one category, I think. So yeah, let's start with Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are One Battle After Another, The Ballad of Wallace Island, Pelion, Bugonia, and Hamnet. So I think adapted screenplay comes down to One Battle or Hamnet. It all kind of it's like how much are they going to go all in on Hamnet? Will it just win Best Actress, or will they give it a couple more big prizes? What do we think?
yeah, that is the question. To be or not to be, that is the question. And it is what's really, really exciting here. I mean, I think at least what we think of the Oscars, I feel like the conversation is, of course, that One Battle is the front runner. But right, as we've said, Hamnet feels pretty strong here, especially, and this could definitely be a case for it to come through. I love looking at the two of these as different cases of the art of adaptation. They both are adapted from a book, but both doing very different things in different ways with those books, with those novels. And I think that's so fascinating. I don't know how much voters are really thinking about that or if they're just voting for what ended up being their favorite. But my gut is telling me for this, it's going to be One Battle After Another.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's like if Hamnet on Sunday wins an adapted screenplay and best film, I'm still gonna probably predict One Battle at the Oscars.
Right.
I'm not gonna say, oh, they went all in on Hamnet at BAFTA. Now Hamnet could win Best Picture. I don't think like any of us are gonna feel that way. So I mean, it's possible, but. Paul Thomas Anderson, he won at BAFTA for Licorice Pizza, his last film, an original screenplay, 4 years ago? So it's like they like him. One Battle got the most nominations. I just looked. It got 14 at BAFTA. Sinners has 13. Hamnet has 11. So all three did really well. But yeah, there's no evidence so far to suggest that One Battle is going to fall off. You know, there were so many people for DGA. I saw it all over the place. Ryan Coogler, this is where it starts. And I'm like, guys, it's going to be PTA. And it was. So I was like, so I'm like, I mean, SAG will be a different story. SAG, we might get a top winner there that's not One Battle. But I feel like the One Battle train will keep chugging along at BAFTA. I mean, we'll get to the acting categories. That's what's really interesting to me.
Yeah.
But I think in screenplay, director, film, One Battle kind of is the safe prediction, but the smartest one in a way.
Yeah, I think again, it's not necessarily a question of, as you put it, if One Battle does lose here or does lose in best film, even it's not necessarily a knock on its
right.
It's not necessarily knocking it down the rankings. It's just a matter of, will these wins maybe show us just how strong of a contender it really is at come Oscar time. But of course, for BAFTA's sake, I still think that this is what's taking it here in adapted screenplay. It just feels like it's such a great, epic piece of storytelling. And I know you can kind of judge that on other levels of the film too, but just the way that the story is laid out, the way that it just hums along this really great structure, it feels undeniable to me.
Yeah, it's not just a great film, it's also a brilliant screenplay. Like the way that story plays out, you know, it's so much about how he writes it. So, you know, I mean, I keep telling myself, like, Brian, he's gonna win at least one Oscar no matter what happens, right?
Yeah.
It has to happen.
I need that to happen, yeah.
Cameron, I made a whole video about his awards run going back to the 90s. It took me 10 days. It's like an hour long. Yeah. And it's crazy. 14 nominations. He finally won at BAFTA a few years ago. And I think they like him. I think the film is strong enough. He's going to win. I think the other three films are just happy to be here.
I love Pillion being in there, especially. Like, how
it's a good film.
Wonderful. Yeah, really great.
The Ballad of Wallace Island is a lovely film. I saw it Sundance a year ago, and I thought, well, that'll just come and go. And then it's like, it's here in some categories. That's cool. And Bugonia. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Bugonia is so great. I mean, in a different year, maybe that could be more competitive to win a writing prize because it's so creative. But in the same category with PTA and One Battle, it's just like, well, happy to be here.
Yeah. It's been said multiple times, but I do feel like this is a really strong year, just in general. The films that have kind of risen to the top are really wonderful and really kind of hitting on different areas. Everyone's got their favorites, and it's exciting.
Yeah, so I do think Hamnet is in second. It would not be a shocker if that takes adapted screenplay. I think if that wins adapted earlier on, like, we'll know it's probably winning best film. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I don't think Chloe Zhao wins director at BAFTA, even if they go all in on Hamnet. I still think PTA wins director. But you never know.
Yeah. It just is the crowning of...
PTA has won a BAFTA, so if for some reason he didn't win on Sunday, I'm not going to cry in the corner.
He's already got that trophy on the shelf. But I know it does feel like a lot of us are we are like preparing ourselves for the possibility, even if we do like believe it's his year and this is happening, but we're still like, but whatever. We want it for him bad.
Yeah. I mean, the DGA win helped. I'm like, okay, that's a good sign. Things will go the way I'm rooting for. So, all right. So, best adapted screenplay, Cameron. Our final prediction to win is Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another. Next up is best original screenplay. The nominees are Marty Supreme, Sinners, The Secret Agent, I Swear, and sentimental value. This is a really tough category. I've been going back and forth on like 3. So what are we thinking, Cameron, and original screenplay?
Yeah, I went back and forth quite a bit. I think, since you told me we would be having this conversation, I laid it all out in a little notes doc, and I've been bolding my winner, and I've bolded and unbolded Sinners multiple times. And as of right now, what I have bolded is sentimental value.
I have been leaning towards sentimental value as well. Yeah. Let's talk it out, though. I'm not like official yet. Yeah, I think it's down to those two. I saw 2 different people online in the last hour predict Marty Supreme in original screenplay. And I was like, could that happen? Wow. I think back to last year, A Real Pain won original screenplay. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And that was kind of like, oh, do we need to take that seriously? Right. And a lot of people were predicting it to win at the Oscars, and then it was just Sonora. So I'm like, yeah, Marty Supreme did well at BAFTA too. So I think it's in the conversation, it's in the running, but I think if it's not Sinners, it's Sentimental Value. That did very well at BAFTA, and it could win maybe even 2 acting prizes, as we'll get to. So I'm torn. Sinners has 13 nominations, though. I'm like, it has 13. Like, it's not going to win screenplay?
Yeah, right. Because it does feel I don't want to be talking about the Oscars too much because we're here to talk BAFTA. But I think the assumption with the Oscars right now is that Sinners is the clear front runner for original screenplay in that regard.
100%. I think it's 100%. Yeah, right?
That's kind of the common knowledge at this moment. So it does feel weird to think then that it wouldn't win here. And why am I not predicting it? I don't know. I think Sentimental Value had a pretty great showing here and has had some pretty good momentum in general recently. It's obviously a lovely piece of writing, and I think that Joachim Trier has done such a great job of really talking about the story and what it means to him, and perhaps highlighting why it's connecting with people even right now. But yeah, Sinners, I don't know. I don't know if I really have the words to describe why it's not bolded right now, but Sentimental Value just kind of is what's hitting me in this moment.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of the screenplay, like Sentimental Value is so dialogue heavy that if it's going to win screenplay somewhere, it would be a BAFTA. It's the 13 nominations for Sinners and the originality of that movie. If Sinners had like really underperformed at BAFTA, got like 7 nominations, it missed in some key places, it's like not an actor or something, and it's like, oh, okay, they didn't love it, then I think I would go for Sentimental Value. I don't know if I can be swayed, Cameron, from Sinners. I'm not even swaying myself in this moment, so it's tricky.
I know.
Watch it be Marty Supreme. We'll be like, what?
Totally. I guess I am ready for that to happen at this point after A Real Pain last year. Yeah, I don't really have a better argument than just this is my gut feeling in this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I know BAFTA has been criticized before. Sometimes they have a problem with like films and nominees of color. You know, like they've never nominated Denzel Washington ever, which is insane.
Absolutely insane. Yeah.
But like American Fiction got 1 BAFTA nomination, adapted screenplay, 2 years ago. 3 years ago? 2 years ago. And it won. Yeah, American Fiction won in its only category. And that's, kind of an American story. So I'm like, some people might say, well, they have problems with like films about a big ensemble of color or something. I don't think that's the case with 13 nominations. Not to say that the screenplay for Sinners, it just like automatically wins everywhere this season. I do think this is where it can miss. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Sinners, but it might be Sentimental Value.
And I'm going to say the flip of that just to keep it interesting.
Keep it interesting. We don't want to disagree the whole time. That's boring.
Right.
Have you seen I Swear?
No, and I was just thinking about that because, I think it was just today that I got the press email about it being dated, getting a U.S. release date in April. So if it's starting to screen, I'll definitely have to check it out. I mean, I would say I'm so interested in it, but when and I had heard about it previously, but when my brain sort of clicked into like why it is called that, which just feels like the cheesiest, most obvious title for a movie about what it's about. I was like, okay, really? But clearly they like it, so it's got to be great and tastefully done. I just feel like the title is very obvious.
It's like the big British film that got into
Yeah.
a bunch of top categories. So I've been looking, like, can I watch this? And it's like not available, like on streaming or anything. I can't find it. So I'm like, well, I
Yeah,
guess I
no.
won't watch
I
it.
think we have like a limited theatrical rollout in April, so it's going to be some time
Okay.
until we can officially.
Well, yeah, I'll catch up with it at some point. So we're going to disagree here, but I could totally see it being sentimental value. I'm just like, it might be Sinners. I'm going to go with Sinners here. I think they might love Sinners more than we're giving them credit for. So in Best Original Screenplay, my final prediction is Ryan Coogler's Sinners. Cameron is going with Eskil Vogt and Joachim Trier, Sentimental Value. Okay, Best Supporting Actor is next. The nominees are Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein, Paul Mescal, Hamnet, Peter Mullen, I Swear, Sean Penn, One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. Okay, Cameron, Best Supporting Actor. I think, like, heavily the favorite to win here is Stellan Skarsgård. Makes the most sense. Legendary actor. He won the Golden Globe. I think if he wins at BAFTA, even though he's not nominated at SAG, I think it seals the deal in a way. I think if Skarsgård can just win at BAFTA, he's probably winning the Oscar. But there's a lot of competition here. Some wonderful performances. What are we thinking?
Yeah, I am definitely leaning towards Stellan Skarsgård. There are a lot of great performances, and you know, there's one big one that's not here that's showing up elsewhere that I can think of, Delroy Lindo for Sinners. And I mean, at this point, I think he might have a shot of winning the Oscar. But again, not to talk about the Oscars, we're talking BAFTA. I'm
going to talk about it in a second.
Oh no, yeah, totally.
I have a thought about that.
This is a really interesting race, and it's exciting because I do think, and I might be wrong, but I just have this memory of the last few years, it feeling like, especially with our supporting performances, we had a rubber stamped winner, and they took basically every trophy. Kieran Culkin being last year a great example of that,
and Robert Downey Jr. the year before.
Perfect example. Yeah, so I'm just automatically excited that it's not as, you know, settled this year, I guess we would say. Stellan, of course, is fantastic and is a great actor who's been doing great work for so long. He's, you know, I think some people would argue co-lead of this film. He's on screen quite a bit. He has such a great arc. It definitely feels hard to deny what he's doing here and deny that it's award worthy. It certainly is. He's phenomenal. You know, looking at the competition, there's a lot of great names in there, a lot of people that are really well liked. I think we could say the One Battle gentlemen perhaps split the vote. I know there's been a lot of talk of that. I don't know if you feel like that's what's happening or will happen.
My choice in this category has always been Sean Penn. I think he is phenomenal in that movie. And like, he would join the ranks of like Heath Ledger, Dark Knight, you know, these Christoph Waltz and Glorious Bastards, these incredible villain performances of the last 20 plus years kind of a thing. But I think because he's already won a lot in years past and because he's sharing the category with Del Toro, I think that's definitely hurting him. I also don't think he's campaigning at all. So
he's not really, and not to, I mean, I think just the general vibe is like he's not that well liked, and it's harder to feel like we want to root for. Even though I totally agree with you.
That movie is incredible.
He's incredible. He really is. I just remember like jaw being on the floor once you kind of start to understand what he's doing with this. Yeah, for Lockjaw, exactly. Lockjaw being on the floor. It's wild in it, but it really does feel hard for me to fathom a win because I'm like, are there peers that want to vote for him? I don't know.
I feel like if he could win something big, it'd be here. It'd be at BAFTA. I think I read the other day he's never won at BAFTA. I don't know if that's right, but he hasn't had the success at BAFTA the way he's had at the Oscars. So
interesting.
That would be something. I'd be like, I would cheer. I'd be like, yes, even though it doesn't. You know who would really love for Sean Penn to win at BAFTA? Delroy Lindo.
Delroy Lindo. Let's keep it interesting.
So, for Delroy Lindo to win the Oscar, I think he needs to pull a Marcia Gay Harden, and we need someone new to win it at BAFTA, and then someone else to win at SAG. Who it's just like chaos. Like there's someone new at every ceremony. That's how Delroy Lindo wins the Oscar. If Skarsgård wins at BAFTA on Sunday, I think Skarsgård's probably going to win the Oscar. It's going to be hard for me to predict Lindo. You know,
right. That's true. There'd be too much evidence in Skarsgård's corner at that point. But I like this theory. It's interesting. Who wins it? Not to get too ahead of ourselves, but who? If we're following along these lines, and Sean Penn wins BAFTA, who wins at SAG to keep that trend going, to keep it interesting?
Del Toro.
Del Toro wins. Yeah, I guess you're right.
No, you know who could win at BAFTA? I don't think it's impossible. Is Paul Mescal. Wouldn't that be something?
Their golden boy, yeah.
He is not nominated at the Oscars, which was such like a omission. I mean, he's out for Delroy Lindo to get in, and that's awesome. So I can't be too mad about it.
No, right.
I think he is wonderful in that movie. If they go all in on Hamnet at BAFTA, they give it adapted screenplay, let's say. They give it best film. Like, they could give it supporting actor to Mescal. And then Delroy Lindo's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's thrilled.
He's dancing if that happens. Then he's
Paul
like,
walks up to the stage in his Paul McCartney wig.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I wasn't expecting this.
He goes, congrats, Delroy Lindo. I just won you the Oscar.
No.
It would be very well deserved. I don't know how often that happens, though. Like, in the last 3 years, like, has someone won at BAFTA and not having been nominated at the Oscars? I know there was that crazy Best Actress year where I think everybody nominated an actress at BAFTA. Like, none of them were at the Oscars.
That's
Joanna
right.
Scanlon, I think, won. But that would be weird to me if they gave it to Mescal and supporting actor at BAFTA. They're just like, screw it. We don't care about the Oscars. This is our show, and we like him, so we give it to him.
Yeah.
Maybe, but that would surprise me.
Something to look out for. Again, we keep talking about these, like, sort of canary in the coal mine signs of, heat for Hamnet or the other way around. And, well, that would certainly be a sign that Hamnet could take the big prize here. But
yeah. And then Jacob Elordi won at Critics' Choice. That wasn't nothing. And he's great in Frankenstein. What a cool performance. Like, could he win something else? Stellan Skarsgård is not nominated at SAG. So I'm like, maybe Elordi wins at SAG. But does he win at BAFTA? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, I really like him as an actor, and I like that performance too. But I sort of see the Critics' Choice thing as a fluke. Like, no offense to our fellow critics, I think they were just like at too many events where he was tall and beautiful right in front of them,
and they were just like,
"Oh, yeah." I mean,
I give you my vote. Oh my gosh, yeah, Wuthering Heights. I mean, he looks freaking great.
Yeah, I almost brought up
We
the
digress.
best supporting performance from that film, which would be his tongue.
Oh, I mentioned that in my review, Cameron.
Oh, yeah.
The way he kisses Margot Robbie in 2 moments in that film, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is everyone giving this a negative review? This is fantastic.
Yeah. Never seen anything better. No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that what's fun about this year, it's like, especially in the supporting categories, Cameron, like, it has been kind of chaotic at the, Critics' Choice and the Globes. It's been different people. This is the third, like, really big one that, where we have, people who could potentially win here and then win the Oscar. I mean, I think back to a year ago, Mikey Madison, this was her only big prize in Best Actress. Like, she lost to Demi Moore everywhere else, and then she won the Oscar. And I'm like, BAFTA means something, man. Like, if you just need to win BAFTA, you can lose everywhere else and still win the Oscar. So I do think this is very important, who wins here on Sunday, moving forward. And I just think the smart choice is Stellan Skarsgård. Yeah. I just can't, I'm gonna throw out like a no guts, no glory in our next category. Just spoiler alert.
Okay.
But I think in supporting actor, like, I just don't feel confident predicting someone else. I think it's going to be Skarsgård.
Right. Yep. Same here.
Right. So some wonderful talent here. I would love to hear a surprise on Sunday in this category. Just let's shake it up. let's keep let's keep Delroy Lindo in the mix for an Oscar win. That would be fun.
I love that. I love that. Absolutely. Great theory.
But yeah, our final prediction in Best Supporting Actor at BAFTA is Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. Okay, Best Supporting Actress at BAFTA. We have Odessa A. Zion, Marty Supreme, Inga Ibsdottir Lillas, Sentimental Value, Wunmi Musaku, Sinners, Carey Mulligan, The Ballad of Wallace Island, Tiana Taylor, One Battle After Another, and Emily Watson, Hamnet. So they loved Hamnet, Cameron, to put Emily Watson here. She's fine in that movie. She doesn't do very much. So that's her nomination in a way, Cameron, is the most telling. That they might they might go all in on Hamnet and give it best film, like that they nominated Watson. This is I think this is the most chaotic category. It could just be Taylor. She won at the Globes. She wins here. She wins at SAG. She wins the Oscar, and it's kind of predictable from here on out. I keep going back to One Battle After Another. It's very much up there, if not number one, number two, to win Best Picture everywhere. And it's you think someone from that movie is going to win an acting prize, on Oscars nights? Really? Is it going to go 0 for 4 there? So in a way, Taylor makes sense, but I do think there's a very good chance for two others here. What are you thinking in Supporting Actress?
Yeah, I would say that my feeling is that it's Tiana's to lose. And it is sort of what you say, and I know that stat is sort of related to the Oscars, but it does feel like the Best Picture winner, the Best Film frontrunner, generally does have at least one acting win. And right, she's the most obvious route for that. Yeah. She's a blast. She's incredible in that first part of the film, and obviously so much has been said about how she really lingers and sticks with you, and her spirit kind of just carries you through the rest of the film. It's amazing to me that it is on pure screen time alone a true supporting performance, and she's actually taking it and running with it. And I think that just speaks to just how charismatic she is and how unforgettable she makes Perfidia. She seems like the front runner to me. I would say that I definitely waffled between her and Inga, Sentimental Value, quite a bit. Why? I think just because it feels like there is some sort of good momentum for that film, and BAFTA certainly received it warmly, and it is such a great, quietly devastating performance that feels like it deserves to have some shine somewhere. So why not here? Why not from her fellow European countrymen? Why not? But I don't know. Do you feel that's sort of the runner-up?
So you're kind of leaning toward Inga, who I've been saying Lilius all season. I saw two people, I looked earlier, and they said Lilos. Like it was just os at the end.
Lilos.
So I'm Lilos. So I'm I try to get everyone's name right. I was saying Brady Corbett for 4 months.
Well,
someone was like, it's Corbet. I was like, oh.
Well, of course.
I try to get that right. No. So... Yeah, it seems like if there's anywhere Inga can win, it's at BAFTA. They really loved it there. Elle Fanning is not in the category.
That's true.
So there's no vote splitting. And I'm getting kind of a Carrie Condon, Banshees of Inisherin vibe with her. If they give Sentimental Value supporting actor, as they gave supporting actor to Barry Keoghan, Banshees of Inisherin at BAFTA, why not in supporting actress as well? Even if it doesn't win Best Film, Best Director, all of that stuff. I have my eye on Inga. That's making sense to me. But then Tiana Taylor is excellent too, and her movie is very strong, and Taylor has not missed a nomination anywhere.
Right.
I'm sad that Amy Madigan is not here for Weapons.
I know.
Come on, with 6 slots, she's freaking amazing in that.
Don't you just want her at your show and at your party and on the red carpet? She's gonna look great. She's gonna have some great sound bites. She'll bring Ed Harris along. Come on, what more could you want? I know. I do miss her. But I think that this is a fun category. I mean, it was really exciting to see Wunmi in here before we knew that she was going to get her Oscar nomination. That was a great sign. I mean, and yeah, Emily Watson, as you mentioned, really wild to see, but she's so good. She's been good for so long. It's like, yeah, let's continue to give her flowers. So that was cool to see her show up. It feels chaotic, as we've said, this category has, but you know, we're talking about people being rubber stamped and looking for signs. It's just is like, I just feel that Tiana is right there being like, yes, I'm the front runner. Here's all these reasons why.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to not pick her.
I might be proven wrong on Sunday. I am not convinced right now that Taylor's just going to sweep from now until the Oscars. She's not in a lot of that film. Like, she's just at the beginning. She's very good, but it's like, does she win everywhere from here on out? Like, maybe, but I'm not fully convinced of that. I'm like, what if this happens, Cameron? What if Inga wins at BAFTA? And then Amy Madigan wins at SAG? What do we do with that at the Oscars?
Well, then,
who wins the Oscar?
Tiana.
Could Tiana Taylor win the Oscar with just the Golden Globe? That would be unusual.
Yeah, that's not necessarily the best indicator.
I love me some chaos. I'm like, give me chaos. Give me a new win everywhere. So on Oscars night, nobody knows what's happening.
Yeah, it's exciting. I totally agree with you. And I mean, I think as much as I would say am thinking that Tiana's got it to go all the way and am rooting for her in a lot of ways, I do specifically want to see Amy Madigan win at least one more big prize somewhere. And
it would be sad.
Maybe SAG's the way to do it. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. This is tricky. Are you ready for this, Cameron? You ready for my no guts, no glory?
Let's hear it.
My prediction in supporting actors at BAFTA, it's not Taylor, and it's not Inga Lilias.
Whoa.
I'm going with Wunmi Musaku, Sinners, at
BAFTA.
BAFTA.
Okay.
For a few reasons. It did very well. 13 nominations. She's my favorite performance in the film. I think she's absolutely wonderful in that movie. I saw it again a second time a couple weeks ago. I just think she's fantastic. She is, at least in parts, part British. And she has won a BAFTA award a few years ago for a TV project. She's won a BAFTA before. So she's kind of in their wheelhouse.
Yeah.
They gave Sinners a ton of nominations. I feel like supporting actress is kind of chaotic. And I have been like thinking in the last couple weeks, like, could Wunmi Musaku come out of nowhere here? Win at BAFTA, win at SAG. She is the supporting actress Oscar winner. It's not Taylor.
Whoa.
This is my biggest wild card. I know on Sunday, I'm sure many of you will laugh at me. Like, that was a good prediction, Brian. It's probably just Taylor from here on out. That's like the smart prediction in a way. But I just rewatching Sinners the other night, I was like, Wunmi Musaku, she's got something in this movie. It's a very beloved film. I mean, it's a chaotic enough category. I feel like because she's won at BAFTA before, they know her and they love Sinners, gave it 13 nominations. I don't think it's like outside the realm of possibility. And I feel like we get one surprise on Sunday.
Right.
That's the one I'm thinking about. What are you thinking? Think I'm crazy?
I wouldn't say that, but it feels like I see what you're saying. Certainly, it feels like a little bit of a stretch to me, but you also just hearing you talk about it got me excited. Wouldn't be so cool to see.
Wouldn't that be a cool win?
She would give a fantastic speech. I have no doubt about that. And I think, again, slight tangent, but I think that does speak to how I feel great this award season has been, this year has been. You know, even if we do have our presumed front runners, there are so many other people that, like, you wouldn't even be mad to see them knock your favorite out of the top, because it'd be like, oh my gosh, that's such a cool win. And Wunmi would certainly be in that camp. Like, that would be really, really, really exciting. But
you're leaning Taylor?
I'm leaning Taylor.
Okay.
I'm leaning Taylor.
Watch it be Inga.
Yeah. It's very likely. It's very possible.
I just a few hours ago, before this recording, I put out a thing just today on Twitter of like, who do you think's going to win supporting actress at BAFTA? And it was probably like 40% Taylor, 40% Inga, 40% or 20% Musaku. So there was people are guessing all three. And I recognize that Taylor makes the most sense. I'm like, is BAFTA going to be super predictable? It'll just be like the Golden Globe wins, like from top to bottom, for the most part, like outside of screenplay and stuff. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like they might throw us for a loop on Sunday. It's been a few weeks since the last ceremony. You know, people have been watching these films. So it's fun for me, Cameron, to throw out a no guts, no glory here. It's probably wrong, but if she wins, that'll be a moment.
Yeah, I love that. I'm happy that you're putting that on record. You know what? It's your show. Go off.
And I've been wrong before. I did a SAG predictions video 2 years ago where I got like everything wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no one's going to watch my channel anymore. They all think I'm an idiot. And people still showed up. They showed up the next week.
Nice.
So it's like, okay. They're not going to abandon me for a bad prediction. So,
No, of course not.
So yeah, this is an interesting category. The other three that we haven't really talked about are just happy to be here. I think the three who can win are Lilios. I can't say her name.
Sounds right.
Lilios. Mosaku and Taylor, like those are the three that can win. And I'm ready for a crazy prediction once in this video. And that's the one I'm going with. So, our final predictions to win Best Supporting Actress at BAFTA. I am going with Wunmi Mosaku, Sinners. Cameron is picking Tiana Taylor, One Battle After Another. All right, Best Actor in a Leading Role is next. The nominees are Roberts, Aramayo, I Swear, Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, and Jesse Plemons, Bugonia. Jesse Plemons should be at the Oscars, Cameron. Do you agree with that?
I know. He's so
There's
good.
no room.
There's no room.
You know, Wagner Mora is incredible, and it's like, well, who do you take out? Like, they're all great.
Yeah,
so
no, I would never. Wagner needs to be in there. That's my personal favorite. But
yeah,
and I am sad he's not here. But anyway, that's for another discussion.
So we've had some deep, wide-ranging discussions about the supporting acting categories. Is there a lot to say, Cameron, in lead actor or lead actress here? Could we get a surprise? Chalamet won at Critics' Choice and Golden Globes. Marty Supreme has been doing very well. He got close to winning here and some other places for A Complete Unknown. It seems like it's Chalamet's moment. He is that movie. He is all over that thing. He's so great. Does he win at BAFTA and we just keep this train going, or could he lose to someone? What do you think?
I definitely feel that Chalamet is going to take this one. I just think, and honestly, I'm thinking it even more so in this conversation, just hearing that you're picking up on folks being high on the possibility of Marty Supreme taking screenplay. I'm like, okay, so maybe there's more support for this film within BAFTA than I was picking up on myself. But even beyond that, this has felt so undeniably like his performance to win with since we first saw it that I can't see it going any other way unless I Swear really is, I mean, sight unseen.
That would be wild.
Yeah, that would be something. But yeah, it just is the perfectly pitched performance for Chalamet. And again, this is a conversation that folks have been having since the very beginning, where it just is like, he wants it so bad, and he has the talent to back it up. You know what I mean? It's not just that he really wants it. He is so talented, and he brings so much to this performance, and it just feels like, come on, we have to do it. And I think BAFTA's gonna relent, we'll say, and give it to Timothy.
Yeah, he really does want it. I mean, it's like every night he's holding like a screening, he's doing a Q&A. Like, was it the American Cinematheque has been doing like a retrospective about his career as if he's like 75 years old?
yeah, that was wild. It was all
my
this last
week-long
week.
Retrospective, like you're 30.
Yeah. No, it was all over the place. Those Q&As too, those are up on like I think A24 has been putting those up on YouTube. Like you can watch him talk to Nolan. Yeah. So he wants it, A24 wants it. There's a lot of there's a lot of people putting their muscle behind this. So
can you imagine if Chalamet wins a BAFTA and SAG, but he like loses the Oscar to Wagner Moura? I think Chalamet's gonna have a mental breakdown.
that would be. Well, again, this is one of those cases where it's like, yeah, like I already spoke my feelings very briefly about Wagner Moura. He is, well, one, incredibly handsome, but two,
oh my gosh,
an incredible actor. And
Yeah.
I think that The Secret Agent is like such a fantastic film and such a fantastic showcase for him. I'd be in tears if he won, but I would also worry about the Chalamet Jenner household that night.
He would probably pull an Eddie Murphy Dreamgirls and just leave the theater, right?
Yeah, perhaps.
Just get up and leave. He's never out here.
No, he has too much respect for his peers. He could never. Our sweet Timmy.
Sweet Timmy, yeah. I think if there's one place he can lose, it's SAG, because he just won there in the same category a year ago. I'm like, are they gonna pull a Tom Hanks and give it to him 2 years in a row at SAG? I feel like that's where he could miss. I think BAFTA, he's got it. I would be shocked if it's not him.
There are so many other great performances, leading actor performances that he's nominated against even this year at BAFTA, but I just can't see I can't see them winning. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Who would you put at number 2? Is it DiCaprio for One Battle?
I don't know. I think he's phenomenal in the film, but I just don't. I don't really think that there's. It's like a
lot of like a big push to give him
exactly. There's not a big push for it, and just in general, the performances is fantastic and it's really funny. But
he's so good.
It just doesn't really.
It's one of his best.
I truly think it is, but I just don't think it's connecting with people in that way. I mean, if anything, and I don't necessarily think that would mean he'd win here, but just in the race in general, I do kind of feel like Michael B. Jordan's number 2.
Do you think Michael B. Jordan's number 2? Man, that would be crazy. I mean, imagine if I came on here and I said, okay, my no guts, no glory at BAFTA an actor is Jordan. I think then you would have a talk with me here on camera, like, Brian, you need, like, I don't know what you're reading. Like, you're going crazy, man.
Well, no, I see the momentum. I think he's number 2. Yeah, but it's a big, in my mind, there's a big gap between him and Chalamet.
Okay. I mean, I still think it's like possible DiCaprio could win here or SAG. It's possible. And we'll be like, whoa. Because One Battle, if that's going to win picture and director at the Oscars, like, DiCaprio, in a way, like, could be stronger there. But because it's a very comedic performance, it's a big ensemble, he's part of a group of actors in that. Chalamet is the whole thing, really. So, and he's so great. It's one of my favorite performances of the year, Chalamet and Marty Supreme. You look at these other nominees, and they're all great, but it's like who can really take him down? I don't see it at BAFTA.
Yeah, I don't see it.
So our final prediction to win Best Actor at BAFTA is Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme. Okay, Best Actress is next. The nominees are Jessie Buckley, Hamnet, Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue, Chase Infinity, One Battle After Another, Renata Reinsve, Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone, Bugonia. So is this part of our conversation just 10 seconds? Do we just say Jessie Buckley and call it a day?
That's how, we're good.
like that's the easiest one to call, I think, on BAFTA afternoon.
Especially
morning,
BAFTA,
whatever.
Yeah.
I think the easiest call at BAFTA is Jessie Buckley winning actress. Who could possibly beat her at BAFTA for Hamnet? Rose Byrne?
No,
I don't. I just don't
love that
BAFTA,
performance, but no way. No.
SAG is a different story. SAG, I do think Rose Byrne has a tiny possibility, but Critics' Choice, I really was like, I think Byrne's going to pull it out at Critics' Choice. I think she'll win there, and then she didn't, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is just going to be a sweep the whole season for Buckley. That is my choice for Performance of the Year, Cameron. She broke my heart in that movie.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
I was just overcome with her performance, especially at the end. So I just don't see how she loses at BAFTA. That would be crazy.
No. She's just one of those actors who kind of, I think as soon as the sort of broadly speaking, awards body took notice of her. It just felt like we were waiting for the right role for her to win. And this is so immediately the right role. It just is it's got winner written all over it. I mean, it's for her. The reel is just undeniable. I keep saying undeniable, but she's got it. She's got it.
In award season,
no, sorry.
Do not even start with me. Oh, I love Kate Hudson, but I don't get it, man. Did you see Song Sung Blue?
Yeah, she does a great Midwestern accent, but
What is she doing? At every ceremony except for Critics' Choice, I'm just like, wow. I mean, there are at least 5 other Best Actress performances this past year that I would put above Hudson. But I mean, her getting in a BAFTA, that shows she's very strong. I was like, well, maybe BAFTA will go a different. No, they nominated her too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there's a lot of love for that performance. It's not coming from me. Like, okay, she gets to have her, 25 years after Almost Famous, she gets to be back, nominated everywhere, and that's great for her. I hold no ill will against her. She's fantastic.
She's a good time gal. We love seeing her. Everyone's happy to see her again. But you're right, and I think I've heard like murmurs of people being like, "Oh my God, what if this is somehow how Kate Hudson wins?" But I'm like, no. It's Jessie. It's Jessie all the way, and we're going to just only continue that narrative at the BAFTAs.
Yeah, if Kate Hudson somehow pulls off a shocker win at SAG, and then she won the Oscar over Jessie Buckley, like, I'm going to do a live stream, Cameron, like, where my viewers will get to see me watching the Oscars on March 15th.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of mental breakdowns.
You're going to fall out of the chair, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, How would I react to that? I feel safe. I think Buckley has this. Like, even if she lost at SAG in a surprise, I think she still wins at the Oscars. She's just like, she's not only just one of the best performances of the year, but her movie has been super strong the whole season.
Yeah.
It's not like she's a lone nominee. Then I would be scared for her, but she's like, her movie's in a ton of categories all over the place. So
yes, definitely. And has done well, continues to, I think that the rollout of that movie at the box office was really interesting. It was like super limited and then a little less limited, and it wasn't, and then it showed up in more places and earlier this year to kind of coincide with nominations. I think
it's done well. Like at the box office, I read it was a slow burn for many months, but it's done well. Like it's definitely made its money back. And then some.
Yeah, and it's done well specifically in the UK. So
yeah. So the couple things I read earlier said second place is Renata Ryan's for sentimental value, but a very distant second place because that is more of a film that BAFTA would appreciate. And she's fantastic in that movie. I was so relieved that she got the Oscar nomination. I was nervous. I was like, let's get Renata in there. Yeah. I love her. So
yeah.
But it's like no one can beat Buckley here. SAG will be another conversation. I know it's boring, Cameron, when we have the same person win everywhere. That is boring. But when it's my favorite performance of the year, I'm all good.
Well, it's okay. Yeah, we'll give it a pass this time.
Yeah. So, yeah, some wonderful nominees here. I'm thrilled that Chase Infinity is here at BAFTA. Yes. She should be at the Oscars.
Yeah, I think that's an embarrassing omission for them for sure. I'm curious to think, like, if this were 5 nominees instead of 6, who would we be losing?
That's
and it makes me wonder if it would be her again. I mean, I think I would have said Emma, but then we also see that Emma is actually pretty strong. Yeah, right. So
we had our thoughts in like November, December, like, well, maybe Emma misses this year. She's very good in that, but no, she's strong. No.
Yeah.
she got in everywhere, basically, right? Yeah, I mean, the Chase Infinity argument, people have said, it's not a lead performance. And it's like, well, I don't care. She is the heart and soul of that movie.
Absolutely.
It's very weird to me at the Oscars to nominate it for 13 prizes and we don't nominate Infinity. This doesn't feel right to me, but she's very young. She will have more opportunities. She is so talented, so she'll be back for sure. I'm happy she's here at BAFTA. Yeah, it's Buckley. I mean, I guess I don't say 100%. Do I say 99.999?
Yeah. Just to be safe, but that's it.
Yeah, if anyone puts money down for someone else to win an actress at BAFTA and it's that other person, I mean, how much money is that going to be?
Oh my gosh.
millionaire.
Yeah, you.
It's like, wow, that would be crazy.
I never get into that, but I do wonder what the odds show for Kate Hudson, for example. Like, what would it cost? Like, what would that? Yeah. But
don't be Kate Hudson.
No.
I love you, Kate, but this is just too much. This is too much. All right, Jessie Buckley, what a performance. You are definitely winning at BAFTA. Our final prediction to win Best Actress is Jessie Buckley, Hamnet. All right, 2 categories left to talk about today, Cameron. We have Best Director. The nominees are Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, Ryan Coogler, Sinners, Yorgos Lanthimos, Bugonia, Josh Safdie, Marty Supreme, Joachim Trier, Sentimental Value, and Chloe Zhao, Hamnet. So is this easier to predict than actress?
Oh, I would... Well...
I feel like you could make the case. Maybe at BAFTA they go a different way. Whereas Buckley, just for BAFTA, makes a lot of sense.
Right.
I guess you could make the argument that if PTA misses somewhere along the way, maybe at BAFTA they go with someone else. But it's going to be PTA, right?
It's going to be PTA. Yeah. Well,
you're not going to throw out a No Guts, No Glory here and say Yorgos Lanthimos? Okay.
No. No, I'm too scared. No, I think it's interesting you pointed out that he has won a BAFTA in the past, so he already has
not in
this
director.
hardware. Right, exactly. And I think that for that reason, well, not just for that reason, but right, they obviously like him, but this is an award he hasn't taken home yet, in particular director. So it's Anderson for sure.
Yeah, he won at DGA. I think, down the road, there will be that conversation. Can Sinners win the Oscar for Best Picture? With 16 nominations, it's definitely up for grabs, maybe. I still think from now until Oscars night, I think PTA wins director. I just think he's too strong. He's so overdue. He's made so many wonderful films going back to the 90s, and this is one of his very best for sure. So there's no evidence to suggest he would lose director at BAFTA.
No. Yeah, right.
So.
There's not. He's just he's the golden boy. He's not the boy anymore. He's a man. But I just think that people have watched him and loved his work and respected his work for a very long time. And yeah, as you say, this is just that moment. I mean, we should have done it for Phantom Thread, but
yeah, it is wild when you look back on Phantom Thread's awards trajectory. He is not nominated anywhere really until the Oscars.
Right.
From Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, BAFTA, it's there's no PTA for that movie. It opened really late. It opened in limited release on Christmas Day and then went wide at the end of January. So it was very late breaking. I think that's what the problem was. But Daniel Day-Lewis wasn't even nominated at SAG for Phantom Thread. What? That was crazy.
Wrong? What is wrong with those people?
I'm so happy. The Academy caught up and said, no, this is worthy of Best Picture and Best Director and stuff. I was like, okay, good.
Yeah.
It just he's got 14 Oscar nominations. I know he's won a BAFTA for Licorice Pizza, but that was in Screenplay. I think they're going to give him director this time around. I mean, I don't know who's in second. I guess if Hamnet wins Best Film and Best Adapted Screenplay, I guess you could argue Chloe Zhao maybe, but that would be wild. I'd be like, what? I don't think that could happen.
No, I can't even entertain it's just not going to happen.
Would you put Zhao in second, or would you put Coogler in second, or Trier?
I guess I would put Zhao in second, but do I feel certain of that? Even no, I don't.
Come on, Cameron. One wild prediction. You're not going to do it. He wants to be right.
I want to be right.
In Best Supporting Actress, I decided not to be right. Or maybe I was right. We'll find out soon.
Or maybe you were. I'm thinking in terms of Chloe being a possibility for second. She did win the BAFTA for Nomadland.
For Nomadland and director.
And that one film as well, right.
So they've already given her one a few years ago. She has
one. Yeah, anyway, that's another point against.
Yeah, if they had given Nomadland Best Film and they gave someone else director a few years ago, maybe you could float that. But I'm just that. Even if Hamnet wins film, I think they still go with PTA and director.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Totally.
yeah, there's not much more to say.
No.
Gosh, man, he better frickin' win at least one Oscar in a few weeks, or I'm gonna lose it. I don't know how
You won't be the only one.
I think it's all gonna work out. It's gonna be good. All right, in Best Director at BAFTA, our final prediction is Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another. And finally, Best Film. The nominees are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. So does One Battle just win this too? Make it easy? Or does Hamnet surprise? Or another film? What do you think?
Well, this is another one I've toggled back and forth a lot on. But I came into this conversation with Hamnet bolded, despite everything we've said. And it's interesting because, it's a category we're not talking about today, but there's also Best British Film.
Which Hamnet could win.
Which it could win there, and you could see people making that negotiation of, well, I will give Hamnet this and One Battle Film. But I feel in my gut right now that Hamnet is going to take this one, and it's going to be a nice little surprise.
Okay, so you think Hamnet might not win adapted screenplay or director, but it takes film.
Yeah.
I feel like if it wins film, Hamnet, it probably also wins screenplay. The same way Conclave a year ago won Best Film and it won screenplay. That would be kind of odd to me for One Battle to take director and screenplay, but not film. But it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. For sure. But I think that there's like I think it's just the Paul Thomas Anderson train is strong. And I'm saying, I know it's funny to say this about those awards in particular, but I could just see people wanting to award him on those levels, but still wanting to vote, really, I guess, what you would say with your heart, with your emotion for Hamnet in the top prize. And I know that there's that divide there, but that's sort of how I see it. And I don't know, you think of, like, as we mentioned, Conclave winning this last year is quite interesting. Conclave, Conclave is sort of worldly, I guess you could say, but certainly more European feeling film than Anora or well, the Brutus is funny because and maybe this is a bad argument, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like talking myself in and out of.
Oppenheimer won Best Film, right, at BAFTA?
Yeah, that's true.
And that won Best Film and Director. I can totally see it. We're getting comfy at the end there. We're like, it's going to be One Battle. And then they say it's Hamnet. And we're like, I can see it. Will Spielberg give the speech? He's one of the producers. Would he go up there and be like, thank you for a Best Film? How much did you do on that movie?
I know, that's a great question. Well, he's been doing a lot of promotional work.
Was he on the set?
So, yeah. I think he was at some point. Yeah.
I think he said in the speech at the Globes, he was like sent the book by Sam Mendes, and I think he got the ball rolling for the movie to happen.
That is correct.
And like choosing Chloe Zhao to direct. I do think he had a role in that. So it's interesting. I don't know, man. I can see, like, Hamnet makes sense. You could make the argument they just give it British film. They take care of Hamnet there, and then One Battle gets to win film. There's that argument. You don't think it could be anything else? Probably not, right?
No, I think it could be One Battle.
Besides One Battle and Hamnet, these other films, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners. Sinners, I don't think wins film at BAFTA. That would surprise me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a really strong crop. And actually, do you know? I wish I knew, and I wish I came in here feeling knowledgeable and like I had an answer. Why are there only 5 nominees for this one?
Yeah, everything else is 6, right? In the top categories, animated feature I think has 3, so it's kind of weird. Like, was there like a tie or something? Like 2 films tied for 6, and then they don't get to. I don't know. It seems weird. Why would you have 6 pretty much everywhere at the top, and then film is only 5? British film is like 10 nominees, right, or 8 or something. It's like a ton of movies. So yeah, I'm a fan of like I like the 5, the Oscars for most categories except for film, of course. Picture because it is, in a way, it's like sometimes when there's 6, You have wiggle room. You've got 2 on the outskirts. Okay, we can put them both in. When you have only 5, it's like, now we're getting serious.
Oh, for sure.
Like, someone really great is going to miss.
Yeah. And it's interesting to think that, like, you look at these 5 for this category, and those are the assumed, if we're ranking chances of winning at Oscars, those are the assumed top 5 there. So
what do we think? Maybe Frankenstein would have been in 6th here if that was at BAFTA. I don't know if they did. They didn't go for Frankenstein very much. Maybe Begonia got into director. So maybe Begonia would have been in picture in best film at BAFTA if that had 6. Not that it was ever going to win. It was going to win there.
Right.
So this is exciting, Cameron. So you're going with Hamnet. So I'm going to go with One Battle to win film. So that's 3 categories we have our differences. Watch you get everything frickin' right.
No, why would... I mean, sure, I'll take it. Look, I
I'm
know
over
that it
here
was...
like the schmuck who got 3 wrong.
No. I knew it would be kind of insane to come in here talking a big game for One Battle as a front runner for adapted and director, and then be like, yeah, but Hamnet's got the top prize. But that is my gut feeling, and that's what I'm going off of. So
yeah, no, I can see it. Like, I looked at some prediction websites earlier today, and a bunch were saying Hamnet for film. They were also saying adapted screenplay. It's like, it was like 50-50, I want to say. Some were saying One Battle in film, some were saying Hamnet, nothing else. I was like, yeah, PTA wins director, maybe they go with something else in film. It's that British film category that Hamnet is also in. That's what like doesn't quite get me to go over to Hamnet in film. I'm just like, well, are they going to give it both? Did they give Conclave both? They might have. They did. They did give Conclave both.
So
okay, I don't know. Yeah, I'm close on this one, but let's be different just for funsies, and we'll see. We'll see who does better. It's probably going to be you.
Come on.
That's okay. All right, Cameron, best film at BAFTA. My prediction is One Battle After Another. Your prediction to win is Hamnet. This was so much fun, Cameron. I hope this is not goodbye for another year. We only get to talk once a year for BAFTA, and that's it.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out another tradition somewhere along the way, somewhere midway through the year. But no, it's so fun, and I do think, as we've been talking about this year, just the way that this season is shook out schedule-wise, the ebbs and flows of it. I think this is going to be such a really interesting, telling night. It usually is, but it just feels like we are going to, where we're a little unsure of certain front runners and that sort of thing. This is really going to bring that into a clearer picture, sharper picture.
Yeah, it's been kind of a quiet few weeks. We had Oscar and BAFTA nominations pretty close together, and then it's been like 2 to 3 weeks of like silence. Like, it's been just very slow.
Yeah.
BAFTA,
DGA, but yeah,
there was DGA. That's the only big one that we've had, really.
Big show with all the stars in the room. We're missing it right now.
BAFTA kicks things off for this next round. It's like we got BAFTA, and then we have PGA and SAG the next weekend, and then it's like the final countdown to Oscars night. So this is the beginning of the last big stretch. So I'm excited, really, really curious to see what happens at BAFTA on Sunday. For our viewers, Cameron, let them know where they can find you online.
Oh, fabulous. Yes. I am on social media at Cameron Scheetz, CameronScheetz. Figured I'd spell it out. So find me there. And I also I'm the entertainment editor for Queerty. So you can find my byline at Queerty, writing up queer film and television and sometimes music. Sometimes David Archuleta wants to chat, and we put up a big interview with him.
He just interviewed recently. David Archuleta. I'm kind of jealous.
So lovely.
I adore him.
Yeah, he's adorable. So yeah, find my work there. And thank you so much for having me. It's been a joy.
Yeah, everyone go watch all of his interviews at Queerty. It's fantastic stuff. I love the work you're doing, Cameron, and hope to see you in person at one of these festivals soon. It's been too long. Yeah. Thanks again for being here. Let us know in the comments below, what are you predicting to win at BAFTA? And we will see you next time at the Awards Contender.
Bye-bye.